What's up, y'all? I'm Nate G219, and this is the Help It Back and Better. Y'all know what it is. Another one coming at y'all. First, hit that like and subscribe. Donate to that channel if y'all want to help the cause. Today is Happy Father's Day. It's Father's Day, so Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to each and every one of y'all. As long as you are in your children's life, whether it be blood child, you playing dad, Happy Father's Day to each and every one of y'all. I feel like there's a lot of fathers out there doing the job that just don't get a lot of recognition. And we just kind of get tossed to the side and forgot about, you know. But, hey, you know what? It's a happy day. I'm having a good one. But it's about 8 o'clock in the morning, and I got a little bit to talk about today. So, I'm not going to use any names because I do consider the guy a friend. It's nobody I've personally ever met, but it's somebody I have come in encounters with in my YouTube path of life now, or whatever you call it, because it's not a YouTube career at this point. I just, it's a hobby. It's a release kind of for me. It kind of helps me remember, you know, what I'm not going to go back to, because, you know, what you see behind me is a house that I own with my wife. I working great, you know, for a union company, and just life's great right now. It could be better. It always could be better, but I'm not going to cry. I'm definitely not going to cry. 10 years ago today, that wasn't a good Father's Day. It was one of 5 Father's Days I spent, hell, more than that. Spent more Father's Days than that if you include county time, because there was a few summers I was gone, but one of 5 for prison that weren't so happy. And there's a lot of guys in prison that had children, that love their children, and regardless of what they've done, today is not a very, very great day for them. And yeah, they might get a visit. They might be able to call home. But I'll tell you one thing, waking up with your child sitting there, it's a great feeling when she wakes up and tells you Happy Father's Day, and she's so happy to give you the gift that she got you. No matter what it is. No matter what it is. The joy on that child's face, or my daughter's face, was just, it just warmed me to the bones. But in prison, especially if you've been there for a long time, like this gentleman, more than 30 years now. This is an older white guy. We're going to call him Steve. Steve's an easy name. There's a lot of Steves out there. And Steve's a great guy. Now, a couple months ago, he had proposed to me, asking if I could help with a few bucks. And because he's got an out date coming in the next 5 years. So he's been in 35 years, to be exact, actually a little more than that. And Steve come to me and asked if you know, he could get $100. If he got $100, he wants to do a hustle so he has some money to come home to. And a very common, very innocent, very lucrative hustle is running a store in prison. And that's when you have food and say somebody needs 2 soups. Okay, I'm going to give you 2 soups, but you're going to give me 3 back on store day. Depending on the circumstances, sometimes you're going to give me 4 back on store day. And so over the span of 2 weeks, made sure a couple people helped out. We got him $100. And a couple weeks go by, and he calls me asking if there's a possibility that I could send 20 to one person and 20 to another person. And I told him, I said, if I had the funds, I would, but I can't make any promises, and this is not something I can do. And I am starting to feel like I'm he's trying to hustle me in a way. And I'm not mad at him. I'm disappointed in him. Man, I felt like my dad there, but it is disappointing because I have definitely reached out and definitely helped as much as I could. I don't have a lot of money, guys, and a lot of guys in prison, they don't have anybody. So I can't be upset with him, but it sounds like, got himself into a debt because he was depending on this so-called money he told me I promised I'd send, and I never promised that. I never promised I'd send any money, and he even tried to get me to believe that I promised this, and I know I didn't. He also changed the amount of money. Never once was there, he changed it to $35 a person. So, went from $40 to $70, and a lot of times there's guys on the inside that will try to find somebody on the outside to just feed them, and they're going to run a bunch of BS on them. And unfortunately, a lot of times those people that get the game ran on them don't have a clue. They've never been inside. They've never been in any trouble whatsoever. So they're believing the game that the con man is playing. And you know, it's taken me a couple weeks to even make this video. I didn't really want to make this video, but I got called again yesterday, and he was upset. He was upset that I hadn't sent the money. And I don't have the money. I don't have it. Flat out, I don't have the money right now. Times are tough. I got a vacation coming up. I can't just afford to send money anytime somebody gets themselves into debt or anytime they want money. I sent him $100. Oh, a couple of us sent him $100 so he could hustle his way up, and within 2 weeks he got himself into more debt. That's not my fault. And I'm just kind of making this video to vent a little bit and to let people know that, you know, sometimes the guys inside will tell you, hey man, I've heard I've heard some guys with some mouthpieces on them get girls, get their parents to just send them insane amounts of money over things that don't exist. The reality is they'd gotten themselves ran up into a debt, and they can't pay for it, and they're afraid of what's going to happen, which they should be, because in prison you don't play with people's money. That's the number one rule. Oh, there's a lot of number ones that fall like right in line with each other. You know, mind your own business. Don't borrow. Don't play with people's money at all. No gambling. Unless you're already involved. Do not get involved in the gangs. Unless you're active before you go to prison, do not get active in prison. There's no point. Unless you've got a life sentence and nothing to lose, there's absolutely no point in becoming an active gang member inside prison. So, but yeah, Steve, man. Steve's kind of got me upset. I'm sure I'm going to get a couple calls today, but I'm probably not going to answer the calls because him kind of getting testy with me yesterday, raising his voice a little bit. Well, you promised me this, and I never promised you anything. I never promised anything. So, it's just not something I'm going to do. But guys, I'm going to do another video today. This is just the first one. I wanted to touch on that and vent a little bit about that. So, but hey guys, I hope you liked it. Never forget the choices you make. Never forget life's choices, guys. Do not. And don't get swindled. Don't You know, if you feel like somebody's playing a game on you, especially somebody inside, there's a good chance that they are. There's a very good chance that they are. Now, I've seen people calling home for legit reasons to get a little bit of money sent, and things not work out. I mean, things screw up sometimes. It's not always for bad. So don't think just because this situation I'm talking about sounds like a lot of other situations, not all are true. Not all are true. I just feel like I'm being swindled. I've already done prison time. I've met plenty of guys just like that try to run the same game inside prison to other prisoners. And I'm just not letting it get ran on me out here. It's not going to happen. I have been swindled before. When I first got to prison, I was a nice guy. Liked to help people out if they needed help. Man, these birds are noisy. Sorry, guys. But hey, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that channel if you want to help out. Always remember, if they ain't hating it, you ain't making it. Peace.